Hello everybody, now we are up to chapter 11, Living Abroad, Unit 3, Letters from New Zealand. So today អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាឥឡូវយើងមកដល់ជំពូកទី11 Living Abroad មេរៀនទី3 Letter from New Zealand. អូខេមុននឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមសូមជួយចុចរូបកណ្ដឹងហើយនឹង subscribe ឲ្យលោកគ្រូផងអូខេតោះIn chapter 11, Living Abroad, Unit 3, Letter from New Zealand, we are talking about Section A, vocabulary, picture, read the story, ask and answer the question. Section B, read what the minister wrote. Write Dr. Sok Chenda's reply. Okay, let's start together. Section A, vocabulary. Developing, adjective, developing. Growing in size and wealth. ដែលកំពុងអភិវឌ្ឍ Example, there are many developing countries. Invest, verb, invest. To put into use for purpose of making more money. ដាក់ទុន invest. Example, he is not certain whether to invest in the property market. Worry, verb, worry. To change from something else or to be different from other things. คล้ายមកពី Example, some people give a regular monthly donation while others vary the amounts they give. Promise, verb. To state in a way that makes someone feel sure that something will happen or will be done. សន្យា promise. Example, I'll come round and see you every day, she promised. Decorate, verb. To make more attractive by adding things. តុបតែង decorate. Example, we are going to decorate the kitchen next week. Mess, noun. Being dirty or not neat. ភាពរញ៉េរញ៉ៃ mess. Example, he makes a terrible mess when he's cooking. Roughly, adverb. Roughly, in a rough way. គ្រូតក្រៀត Example, he pulls the children roughly to one side. Mind, verb, mind. To think something is bad or not pleasant. ប្រកាន់គិត Example, do you mind if I put the television on? Though, conjunction. But, despite the fact that. បើទោះបីជាតែ Example, they are coming next week, though I don't know which day. Receive, verb. To get or be given something. ទទួល Example, I received a phone call from your mother. So everybody, have you got any word that you cannot read or pronounce? You can ask again. Okay, if no, let's move on. picture. Look at this picture. What can you see in the picture? You can see here something kitchen and cupboard here. The picture. What else can you see? What is the man doing? Look here. He decorating the kitchen. Look nice here. Has he finished his work yet? Do you think so? Yeah or no? Where is he, do you think? Oh, it must be in the kitchen. Depend on this picture, right? You can see here. Sink here. Fireplace. Cooker. Let's move on. Read the story. Reading, everybody. Okay, let's read together. Be careful. You have to answer the question after this. Okay, please. Dear Chenda, thank you very much for your letter, which I received a few weeks ago. I would have answered before, but I was very busy during the school holidays while the children were at home. Now, however, they are back at school, and Richard and I are back at work. I met the Minister for International Development last week and spoke to her about Champa Hospital. She was so friendly and helpful that I felt as if I had known her all my life. Of course, she knows that Cambodia is a developing country since the New Zealand government is interested in helping Cambodia to develop and may soon also be interested in investing in the economy. I'm sending you a copy of the letter that I received from her office this morning. You should receive the money they had promised for the hospital by the end of next month. May, isn't that wonderful? During our recent holiday, we stayed in Wellington. It was sunny but very windy most of the time, though the weather at this time of the year varies a lot. Some days it rained and was so cold. It felt as though it was the middle of winter. Richard worked hard decorating the kitchen, and now it not only looks better, but it's much easier to work in. Of course, I couldn't use it during that time, as it was in a terrible mess. So for roughly a week we all ate takeaway food. Fortunately, nobody minded, because we have very good Thai, Indian, Chinese, and even Cambodian restaurant here. All for now, Chenda. I hope your work's going well and that you're keeping well. Write when you can and let me know how you are and when you receive the money for the hospital. All my love, Mora. So everybody, to make sure that you can understand, you must read again and again. Then you will know what you can do, and you must answer the question here, and you know the meaning of this letter. Let's move to the question. Ask and answer the question. Who can read this? 1. Who is Richard, do you think? 2. Why did Mora want to speak to the New Zealand Minister for International Development? 3. What did Mora think was wonderful? 4. What is the weather in Wellington like in April? 5. What did Richard do during the holiday? Okay, let's answer together. Number 1. Who can answer number 1? Who is Richard, do you think? Please. I think that Richard is Mora's husband. 2. Why did Mora want to speak to the New Zealand Minister for International Development? Mora wanted to speak to the New Zealand Minister for International Development because she wanted to speak to her about Champa Hospital. 3. What did Mora think was wonderful? Mora thought that it was wonderful that the New Zealand government minister had promised to send money for Champa Hospital. 4. What is the weather in Wellington like in April? The weather in Wellington in April is sunny but windy most of the time, though the weather varies a lot. Sometimes it can rain and be very cold. Number 5. Who can? What did Richard do during the holiday? During the holidays, Richard worked hard decorating the kitchen in his house. Okay, do you understand this? Don't forget to write down in your notebook. Let's move on. Section B. Dr. Sok Chenda received a letter from New Zealand Minister for International Development. Read what Minister wrote. We are very pleased to give you $50,000 to help with the improvements that you are carrying out at Champa Hospital. Please let us know roughly how you will spend this money and when the work will be completed. When the improvements are completed, we would like to send a journalist to take some photos and write an article about your hospital so that people in New Zealand can know about it. We hope that this will be alright with you and the people you work with. So here you can see the letter from the New Zealand minister. So what about Dr. Sok Chenda letter? How will she reply? Okay, let's look together. You can begin your letter like this. Dear Minister, first of all, I would like to thank you and the government of New Zealand very much for $50,000 to Champa Hospital so that we can carry out the improvements that are needed. This is a lot of money and I can guarantee that the money will be spent well. We would like to spend all $30,000 on repairing some of the hospital building and about $20,000 on new furniture such as beds and chairs, as well as medicine for the patient and some medical instruments for the doctors and nurses. We will send you a list of all these things together with receipts as soon as we can. We would be very happy for a journalist to come to hospital when all the improvements are completed to take photos and write an article. And we would also be very happy for people in New Zealand to know all about our hospital and take an interest in it. I will write again soon to let you know how the work is getting on, and of course I will also let you know as soon as the improvements are completed. Thank you once again for giving our hospital such a large amount of money. Yours sincerely, Dr. Sok Chenda. Okay, have you got any question, everybody? If you don't understand, you can ask and don't forget to drop in the comment box. Okay, goodbye.